everybody. I was just switching servers when I was like, oh, time to go. So, yes, so the conversation has already started in the chat about when does the festival end. So basically, it ends at 3 a.m. Tomorrow, server time. So 3 o'clock Eastern time. No, 3 a.m. Eastern time. So basically, the day goes up until 3 a.m. So anything you do in the festival right now will count up through 3 a.m. when it ends. So you are in the last 24 hours of the festival right now. There is no tomorrow for the festival. So today is your last day to get any festival goodies you want to get, do any festival quests you want to do, all of those things. So 3 a.m. Eastern time U.S. is when it ends. So I hope that clears that up. And I see that you were thinking it was 10 a.m. Eastern or 10 p.m. Eastern time. Nope, 3 a.m. Eastern time. The servers are located on the East Coast in the U.S. In the Boston area. So it's always server time is always U.S. Eastern time. So hey, just right, Sandy, good to see you too. So yeah, Beauty and a Geek, I get it. So what I do when I see like a festival schedule or anything that runs for perfect, thank you, for a period of time. Thanks, Sandy. I kind of go, okay, it ends at 3 a.m. on Thursday, so that means the last full day is Wednesday. So I kind of make a note to myself, like, okay, remember the last full day is like the day before, because basically it ends in the middle of the night. So yeah, once you kind of get used to that rhythm, then you're like, oh, okay, I get it. The festival's going to end, the day before it's listed, basically. So if it's listed as, 3 a.m. on the 4th, it's really the 3rd is your last full day. So Sandy says, my hair looks amazing today. Thank you. It's got its own mind, that's for sure. But yeah, thankfully today it's, at least at this minute, we'll see how it looks like in half an hour. Let's see, Tupac Shakur says, hello, where is your cozy chair? It's the same chair. Sometimes I have a blanket on the back of it. Right now the blanket is on my lap instead. So it's a cozy lap because I'm expecting that a Cateau will come and join us eventually. We've been, it's been the first, so the first, the 31st of December, the 1st of January, it has happened. So welcome to 2024, everybody. Yay! We made it to 2024. So there's been a lot of fireworks here in the Netherlands. The Dutch are very crazy about fireworks here in the Netherlands. And they love to buy millions of euros of fireworks and explode them all. So funny thing though is I found out that Arnhem, the big city nearby us, did have a ban on fireworks. So I was talking to my chiropractor today, actually. She was saying that up until like 11:30 at night on the 31st, it was quiet, and then about 11:30, it just started going crazy. And then the city's fireworks go off at midnight, as well as everybody else who's like, time to let off our fireworks. So the rule in general is that you can let off fireworks in the Netherlands between 6 p.m. I believe it's either 6 or 8 p.m. on the 31st up until 2 a.m. on the 1st in the morning, right? So you've got like 6 or 8 hours to let off all your fireworks that you've bought. People will start letting them off. I mean, we've been having fireworks going off around here since, I don't know, beginning of December or something. But not like every day, but like a little bit here and there. So the cats are not too fond of that. And so the first was, the 31st, we have metal shutters on most of our windows. And so we just put the metal shutters down and had all the curtains closed on the windows that don't have shutters, and just kind of like made a nice little sound barrier between us and all the fireworks. And so the cats didn't quite freak out as much this time. They hid a lot. They were in the closet a lot, but but they did come out for a little while, so that was sweet. So, yes, Maculado 21 says, "Wait, it's the last day of Yule Fest." It is the last day of Yule Fest. Wow, I'm really glad I titled my stream that, because yeah, gotta go. Bye. I totally understand. Yeah, get your last minutes in, run all your alts through, do all the things. So that's what we're gonna do. I think on 2 out of the 3 servers that I have been actively doing the festival this year, I have managed to get through all of the wrappers, that come up. So yeah, so let me see. Let me look at my completed, and I can look under festival. Actually, probably, is it under festival or is it under Frostbluff? Mission, battle, blah, 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 blah. Biggest stomach. I think it's under, the other one must be under festival. So I was just going to tell you the names of them since I've already finished it. But yeah, Festive Flurry. Yeah, that's Yule Festival. So you have the Festive Flurry intro. And then you have the Festive Flurry Intermediate, and the Festive Flurry Advanced and Final. So I have finished those. A Fondness for Festivity. That might be the current version. Or is it a Fortune of Oh, no, that's it. Oh, yeah, Fortune of Festive Spirit. At any rate, yes, there was 20 days of Festival, Flurry, and Spirit of Yule participation, so plan accordingly. So yes, so I've finished all of those wrappers on this character, and I also did on one other character, but there's one that didn't make it, but I think it's my main over on Treebeard, and I'm okay with that because I have all the tokens and all the stuff I was looking for over there anyway, I think. So, oh, and we just jumped right in. So hi, everybody. Welcome to Heart of a Hobbit here. I'm your host, Little Redhead, and I will be escorting you as best I can around the Yule Festival here on Lord of the Rings Online. And we're going to talk festival stuff. We'll probably do the In-League and the Ale Association delivery, the drinks delivery quest. We'll go ahead and pop around and do those. Why do, let me just shove those down. All right, we'll deal with that later. Yeah, so we'll do that here on Laurelin, where we are, and then we might do some of that again on Treebeard. So now I think the server reset is normally on Wednesdays, and I haven't been paying attention to the social media, so I assume it's happening like normal tomorrow or Thursday. It's gonna be one of those. So these currently the Hobbit presents. So I'll go ahead and pop that open. So currently the Hobbit gifts give you you get a silver every day. So we're still having that as usual. And then the gifts right now have a possibility of being Yule gifts. So for example, if I click on my silver present for today, which I haven't done yet, but let's do that now. It is 200 virtue experience, so that's nice, and 400 figments of splendor, which I believe the curator is still there. I forgot how long the curator is there. Let me see if I have a note in my events. Curator through January 2nd. Well, that would be today. So the curator may still be there or may be leaving. We have already left. So the other thing I was going to show you, though, is you can always, with the Hobbit gifts, I know, right? Figments from a silver box. That is quite nice. I'm happy about that. 400 figments of splendor. I'm like, yay. We'll go buy more fun stuff. So you do have the possibility of getting Yule stuff out of these boxes right now. And you can always pay Mithril coins to get a bonus, to get more, to get another one, another chance. So the silver one you get for free every day. And the gold one, if you're a VIP, you get it once a week. So I've already opened it. But we're going to go ahead and give it a try because I want to see if I get another good present. Oh, I got 3 universal optional crafting ingredients and a scroll of 1,000 virtue experience. Holy macaroni, that's actually quite significant. Well, that's big. Wasn't Yule themed though. I know, right, Casper? We want Yule stuff. Casper has been getting more and more adventurous in checking out my recently. So this is Casper, everybody. And you can't see him as he's passing by here. Him and his cute tail. He doesn't curl up his tail as much as Koto does. Koto does a lot of very curly tail. He does a lot of straight tail. He's also taller, so you might have a chance at seeing him more on screen as he was walking across my desk. Hi, honey. Where are you off to? You off to somewhere? Okay. He's got adventures to go to, you know. He might come sit on the back of my chair. Sometimes he does that. Oh, hey, and if you've been away for a while, the closed captioning is working again. It's embedded within the system that I'm using, OBS. So you should be able to click on the closed caption bubble over there and have it work. And it shows me captions are happening in OBS. So that's kind of exciting. I'm really happy about that because, although yes, it comes up with funny things. Clothes captioning. It's captioning my clothing. So, you know. Hey, whatever works. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily capture everything perfectly, and I don't necessarily say everything perfectly. So that's okay. All right, so let's go ahead and run around the Yule Festival. All right, we'll go ahead and get started on that. And then at some point, I know B4 wants to do the drinks delivery together for, I'm guessing, some testing. Yeah. So he's working on Festival Buddy and Festival Buddy 2. Actually, he's got a new version. And he's doing some testing still on the drinks delivery. So we'll go ahead and do that here on my stream, probably near the end, I'm guessing. Well, whenever you want. I don't really mind. I don't have a particular schedule in my mind. And then I think we're going to do it again, possibly on his stream, a second time, just so we can get him more testing. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is, like we always do every day, we're going to come talk to Mara Sandy Downs. And we're going to get in the spirit of Yule, which is our wrapper. That's the go do 10 things and get some festival tokens from her for doing that. Okay, so we have that picked up. The second thing I like to pick up is the Abominable Snow Beasts, because I'll go and give them some special Yule cheer. I don't mind doing that. Okay, cool. Sandy says the closed captioning could be the name of my stream. I like it. So now this popped up, and I think this is part of Festival Buddy, this little cheer button, so that I can do that for the beasts. But I don't need to, because now the game has it embedded right there. So that could be something for you to check into before at some point. The cheer button pops up? Yes. Yeah, okay, he already knows about this. And it doesn't need to. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up the quest from Mabel, which is the picking up a bunch of ingredients, as well as doing the firewood, and I'm going to pick up the empty keg emergency from him. But I'm not picking up his tidying up just yet. I wait. Hey, Kato. She has come downstairs. They were both upstairs sleeping. Very cute. I'm going to pick up Making Mischief from Gareth Rust down here in the hallway. And I'm going to pick up Cold as Ice here from Daily Utteridge. So what I really would like to do is I would like to do Ona K's adventure here, which is eating a lot of food. And if you have the cleaning up quest where you're tidying up like this person's probably doing, if you have that quest active, you cannot get the eating quest. So that's why I kind of like to pause and I say, okay, you know, is this open? Because I'd really rather do that. It's not yet, but one of the things I can do to have one of the 10 quests, and also it's in the list of things from Mara Sandy Downs, is basically go participate in a mission. There it is, a mission to bring good cheer. Complete a mission. Missions can be completed across Middle-earth. You should complete any mission. And they literally mean any mission. I was like, because I have it in my head, there's Yule instances, so I need to do a Yule mission. No, there's no one-to-one there. You do whatever you want, any mission at all. So what I've been doing is I just pop my little hunter here. Let me get rid of all these. I'm going to right-click on the rings, and I'm going to click Remove All, because I really don't need to have all that in my way there. All right, so I want to go to Rivendell, which apparently I don't have on my buttons up there, but I do have it here. Oh, there's grooming happening between the cats. Sometimes it's just grooming, and sometimes it's a prelude to mischief. They both have their ears slightly back. So, okay. So I'm going to pop over here and do a mission real quick. And yes, I really am coming to Rivendell to do a mission. No joke. I will show you. So I haven't seen the new schedule from Cordovan yet for 2024, but the current schedule that he has up of LOTRO events does run out in the not too distant future. So here, let me get this started and I'll go look that up and show you. So this character has done all of them, so I can choose whichever one I want. What I have been doing though on another character, because I haven't done them, is I've just been doing the first one. And this is the one where, so you click on it and then you click on it again to confirm and to travel. And it takes you into the mission where this guy has lost track of Bilbo. Let me turn that down. And so this is when I get a drink, I go grab a piece of chocolate, I look at things on another tab, which is what actually I'm going to do here. So LOTRO schedule, let me grab that. So what Cord did last year is this little darling. So I'm putting the link in the chat there, and it's the LOTRO public events schedule. So this is all the things that are in LOTRO. So it includes like all the various things that they have scheduled, like your plus 25 skirmish marks weekends, and the legendary item reward track begins. Rowan Raspberry arrives. Hobnanigans happens. Bilbo's birthday event happens. Farmer's Fair. So it has like a whole bunch of stuff mixed in here together. And currently the information he has on here is through like the beginning to the middle of February. So my guess is it's somewhere in January he'll be working on it, and then he'll get it posted probably in February, but possibly in January. So that would be neat. Okay, so Elrond's like, I haven't seen him. Go talk to these people. So we're going to run over here and talk to Arwen. The number 7 in this same series of missions is also pretty quick and no combat. But it's so funny because I was doing this one earlier and I thought, you know, this feels about as long as the other one. Like, I don't feel like this one's any longer. I don't feel like the other one is necessarily a ton shorter if it is shorter. I feel like we should probably do them side by side sometime and like, or just time them, like just time one, then time the other and see if it makes a difference. So basically I have to talk to 3 people. None of them have seen Bilbo. So now these guys come running back over here and we talk to Elrond. We finish that. We pick up our mission, which is right here. And we talk to Celebrier and we travel back. And then I walk up to Celebrier and he thinks I'm still in the instance, so I gotta wait. But these are the fun things I can barter with him with these tokens. And what are these tokens called? Since we're here, token of further adventure. So, oops, gotta be in the box. Further. So I have, 487 out of 500. So I'm getting kind of close to capping out on these tokens because I've been doing this a lot during the festival. Some of the things that I really like to get are, of course, the cosmetic pets. So you can get a bog lurker, another lurker, a bear cub, a black bear cub. You can get Rider's Block, which is a shield. Let me show you what that looks like. Isn't that cute? So part of my arrow, my bow is sticking out there, so don't pay attention to that. So that's funny though. You can get an adventurous visitor, which is basically one of the housing guards. And so it's Bilbo and he's hanging out at your house reading a book. So that's one of my favorite things to have because I love having Bilbo around. You know what? Maybe I will go ahead and get one because I could use a Bilbo at my house in Lindleby, one of my houses. You know what? We're going to go ahead and All right, Bilbo's gonna come hang out at my house in Lindleby. That sounds great. And then there's some other housing items, none of which I have actually spent a lot of time purchasing because I haven't found them to be quite my style. But there's some Lorien, Elvish style things, so those are nice. Got some more property guards, and then you get into like weapons and jewelry and stuff, and I'm not too worried about that stuff. I mean, I probably should be, but I'm not. So okay, so that's the kind of stuff you can get from that guy. Hey, Pamela. Thank you for sharing the schedule. You are most welcome, definitely. Yeah, B4 points out that on the seventh one of these quests that you can choose from, the further adventure, number 7, you can just follow the NPC and he walks you down to where he wants you to stay. And then you got to remember to stop following him, and then you hang out and wait for a few minutes while he goes and he basically taunts the goblins nearby, and then he runs off with them. And then you go, you get the key, you take the key to the gate, you click on the gate, and then he comes running. So it's a lot of non-combat also, which is wonderful. Anyway, we're going to turn this in. So, finish now. Kabong. Okay. So now I have done a mission. I've completed a mission. So I have this quest here, a mission to bring good cheer. Now, talk to Mara Sandy Downs. So we're going to go make our way back over there, which I tend to use the Bree location. I find, so there's the free stable masters that will take you to the festival grounds, and they're in the 4 original starter areas. So they are here at West Bree. There's one at Mickle Delving, there's one at Kellendam, and there's one at by Thorin's Hall. This is the one that I find is the closest to the hunter travel location and also other travel locations. So like if you have done the reputation thing with Thorin's Hall and then you have traveled to Thorin's Hall, it puts you, I think, at the top of the stairs, and and so does the hunter travel. And the stable master is all the way down around the corner. So it's a little bit of a trip to get to the stable masters. So I find this location is the closest. And the same thing with Mickle Delving. The milestone's not next to the stable master. The hunter travel's not next to the stable master. So that's why I like this one the best. So I do that one. All right, and then let's see, Beauty and a Geek. I have never used a housing guard. Do they have a set amount of time and then it's used up and you need to buy another? I love Bilbo in your yard idea. Oh, no, it's, okay, hang on. Let me turn this in and I'll do this. Oh, Pamela points out that Ill Omens is coming. For 2024. I know it was at the beginning of 23. Is that at the end of 24? Or at the beginning of 24? I don't see it for 24 yet. Got to scroll down to the bottom, because this is still the 2023 public event schedule, remember? So all the way down at the bottom, we've got in January a Skirmish Marks weekend that's coming up. We've got Hobnanigans the beginning of February, and we've got the Legendary Item Reward track switching 14th of February. That's all that's listed for this year right now, so far, which is why I'm pretty sure Cord's going to get in there and add stuff to it. I know, right? I wondered. Pamela says, I was reading 2023. I wondered because, yeah, I was like about to share your excitement. So we're hoping that it does come back, because I do enjoy it too. So Beauty and a Geek, no. The housing guard is like a furniture item, and you have it, you get it, you have it forever. So let me turn that in. And actually, because I have done a quest, I've done the daily also. So let's check on Ona. Ona is unprepared for us. Okay, so I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to my house on Wellforth Way, because I think that's the best place. I think that's where I want Bilbo to hang out. So you can buy as many of these as you want. I mean, it's almost kind of rude to say it, but you could think of every piece of every furniture item is like, it's a chair, right? So like I could have dozens of chairs. So like, for example, this floating lantern, you can pretend it's a chair. It's just as portable, it's just as movable. It can go into this hook or any other hook, just like any other. I can have as many of them as I want, as I can accumulate from wherever you buy them, as you want. So I could fill up every housing hook I have out here with, you know, the same identical thing. Like every spot could be a floating lantern. Every spot could be a Bilbo. So that would be weird. We'd have to have some weird conversations, I'm sure. But let me go into my house and I will place a Bilbo and I will show you what he does. Most people put their property guards outside. Oh, I have another property guard at my other house. I will show you that one. So basically a property guard is just a type of furniture item. And they have a lot of flexibility. So he can go into a furniture hook, a yard hook, and a mobile yard hook. So most of the hooks, he can't go on the floor or the wall, but that's okay. I don't need him to. So I was thinking he might enjoy being over here. So let me, first of all, this light thing, let me move that up and out of my face if I can. I don't like the words being there. I like the words being up further. Okay. And let's grab, I think this one's not in use. Okay. So I can click on this furniture hook and I can see the Bilbo, and you can see he's got that kind of dotted line showing me that this is an item that can go in this space. So you can drag it in. That's one way you can do it. You can also just, like, if it's there, I can right click on it and it'll automatically slot it in there because that's what I have open. So now you can see he's in that spot that I have placed him. And just like any other furniture item, I can move him around. So like I can scoot him forward. I can, I can get him off the ground. I don't want to do that. But I might turn him a little bit and I might move him into the room a little further. Man, I need to find out where I've left all those other things. I've got, oops, come back, Bilbo. Where are you? Okay. I've got for Bilbo's birthday, I think I have a couple of those reading stands, and those would be nice to go with him. Okay, so we'll just call this good for the moment. Okay, so now I'm gonna put all that away. And so now, ta-da, he's hanging out here with soft light over his head. Hang on. Telling you, I don't like the words. I wish I could hide the words. I mean, you can hide the words, but like, okay, let's push that up like that. Like if I type N, it takes words off of everything. So the labels and stuff, hides names, including the names of all the things. So here, I'm gonna stand over here and we can look at him. So there he is, hanging out in my house, reading a book, having a good life. So some housing items, you can interact with them. So for example, if I go over to this candlestick, it's gonna say this object does nothing. If I go over to, I don't know, this table, it says this object does nothing. But I can click on Bilbo and I'm using it. And now I have a Bilbo who's gonna follow me around. He's my property guard. He's guarding me as we walk around my property. It seems to know what time it is in the game. And so I'm using a plugin up here called Titan Bar, and it tells me what time it is in the game. Right now it is late watches, and it is 7 minutes until we get to Fordon. So because it's nighttime, he's carrying a torch. So tell me how fun that is, right? And then we can go outside. Oops, if I can walk, I can go outside. So we're gonna go outside, and he should follow me out. So Dogs 2018 says, sometimes the guards bug and follow you into the real world. You had one all the way to Umbar crafting halls from your Shire home. Okay, so the reason they're mentioning that, Beauty and Geek, is because normally they don't do that. They're only able to exist in the housing area because he's a housing item. And so he can follow me around as I walk around housing, but he can't follow me around anywhere else. So here we'll just kind of like walk around. You'll notice he's like following me around. Isn't that a kick? And so I have my little property guard follow me around. So if I travel to Bree, he will disappear. He should disappear. That's a good point. The word should come into play. Oh, here. So here, let's give it a try. Oh, and notice how he turns when I turn. So it's really funny. So like, I want to look at him, And it's like, he just keeps turning. I'm like, but I want to look at your face. So it's like, you have to almost like turn without turning. You're like, a little closer, a little closer, a little closer. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, we'll travel to Bree in just a second. I want to show you something real quick. So there's the legendary item reward track, and if this is a new thing, yes, Pamela says Bilbo is afraid of intimate conversations. I'm not going to talk to you. He just turns away. Oh, hey, Casper's gotten over on the couch. Oh, we can't see him. He's right here on my screen. I might turn my camera in a second. He's very cute on the couch. I mean, come on, you gotta check out the cat. The cat's the most important thing here. I don't know if you can see, there's his face. He's got a little white tuft on the front of his chin, or in the front of his body there. And then he's laying, he's a long cat. He's got that whole, that's all him. Okay, so, here, we'll turn this back a little bit. I know, he's getting all the attention. You're just sitting there. Katoa's sitting here next to me. Here, I'll scoot this way a little bit. Okay, so before I leave, I wanted to show you guys. So there's the legendary item reward track. So anything you do that's a quest or any other way that you would earn legendary experience. So like at the end of doing the festival here, I'm going to do my 10 things. I'm going to turn that in. She's going to give me some Yule tokens, but she's also going to give me legendary item experience. Now that used to apply to your old legendary weapons, but we don't have that same system anymore. So our weapons don't accumulate that experience anymore. They get it from our experience. So what they did instead is they're like, all of that experience goes to this reward track now. So it has 100 dots, 100 boxes that it goes up to 100. And every, so it's usually things that relate to your legendary items. So like ancient script, which is the currency you use to buy the things that go into your legendary items. So for example, this is one of my legendary items. This is my dagger. And I have these traceries that are plopped, that have been, added to my item. So my dagger has, this tracery, which is this heraldry thing. And then we've got some things that are specific to me as a hunter. And then we have some other things that are another category. There's 4 different categories of things that you can put on your legendary items. Okay, so to buy those things, you can use ancient script, and then you go. There's a room in Elrond's place. Let me turn this back a little bit. Okay, there's a place at Elrond's, at the last homely house, where you spend this. There's a whole library where they have the traceries and stuff. So the legendary item reward track then is mostly things that are of that ilk. So you have your ancient script, which is the currency. You have enhancement runes, which make the slots that these things go into higher. So right now mine are 499 out of 499. If I had some enhancement runes and any of these slots were not at the max that they can currently be at for my level, I could use the enhancement runes to keep filling in those gaps. A sealed tracery. So that's a tracery, that's the thing that goes into that spot. And then the next thing is another enhancement rune, and then number 5 was some more script, and then we had another, and some more ancient script, and then some more runes. And so it kind of repeats over and over again. Script, rune, tracery, rune, script. Like, dun 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 boom thing. Back and forth, back and forth. But it steps out of that pattern for boxes number 25, 50, 75, and 100. So 25, this current legendary item reward track, was an incomparable coffer of the sculpture garden. Excuse me, I got an itch on my nose. And so that coffer had stuff for my yard, for my house. And that's it over there. So I just wanted to make sure I point this out, because if you haven't seen it, It's insanely huge. So, like, this is me as a little hobbit. I'm standing next to a Yule tree. Hey, thanks for the light, Bilbo. So, you know, that's kind of the scale we're talking about of a hobbit, of a me, right? So here's the windmill. And I thought, hey, windmill, that's pretty big, you know? And then I bought the thing and got these homestead stables. I'm like, those are pretty big. They take up a lot of space. They're kind of fun. They're neat. They play, you know, there's a lot of creative things you can do with those. And then this came out, and these are the statues that came with it. It came with 6 statues. So look how small we are compared to these gigando statues. And then this thing itself, you can actually go in. So yeah, so that's how big this pavilion is. So 6 statues, 1 pavilion, and then 4 floor pieces. 2 of them which are ruined, which is this style here, and then 2 that are kind of shiny and shimmery, which I have put inside, and I have a Yule themed room inside. Yeah, Sandy says, whoa, that is huge. It is huge. It is crazy huge. So I just wanted to point that out because it is a pretty neat package. I was quite surprised at how much was in there, and pretty happy with it. So definitely make sure that you're working on that if that is a priority for you. Okay, so let's find out what happens if we go to Bree. Does Bilbo follow us? The answer should be no. We'll find out. Yeah, Pomela says that piece is amazing, and you only need to get to reward number 25, if I remember correctly. That is correct. Yes, it is box number 25 that you need to finish filling in, and then you can get that. Okay, so here we are in Bree, and you'll note I do not have a Bilbo following me around. I see an Affodil. Hello. Little wave. Okay, so now actually what I want to do is I want to go, oops, not that. I want to go to my other house. So, hello. So we were just at Wellforth Way. I'm going to go to Floodside Road. I have 2 houses in Lindleby because it's so cute. Dogs unintentionally typed a number 5. Please ignore that. It was a result of a sneeze. Hey, my cat has added contributions to the conversations many times, so I understand. Beauty and the Geek says, I will check where I am tonight when I get home. Thanks. You are welcome. So here's another one. So when you buy a Lindleby house, there's a little quest chain you can do to go and see different parts of a Lindleby neighborhood. And after you do that, you get a prize, which is a box that you can pick an item out of. And they're all property guard style items. Well, most of them are. I won't go into detail because it's some fun stuff in there. Anyway, one of the items I could choose was this Hobbitlin Elder. So I did. She is also a property guard. So if I click on her, she is now following me around with her torch because it's nighttime. That's pretty neat, huh? So you know what? Let me do these real fast. We haven't done these today. The ingredient crates. These are universal ingredient packs, so you can use them to do any recipe in place of using the actual items. So like, for example, in my cooking, if I wanted to make this 7-star stew and I did not want to use chicken stock and venison and taters and chicken eggs, I could just click right here and use universal ingredients instead. And it's going to use 3 universal ingredient packs, and I just picked up 9. I do have to be in an oven, but the one caveat is that, and it tells you in bright orange letters here, items crafted with ingredient packs will be bound to your account upon creation. So if I wanted to be making these for my character who's out questing, or one of my alts who's out questing, or whatever, I can totally just make them here with universal ingredient packs. If I wanted to make it for somebody else, then I would need the actual ingredients. So there's that. Okay, so the one thing with property, a couple things with property guards, when you mount up, they do disappear. But if you are still like in the neighborhood, when you hop down, they reappear. So she's right there. See, she's following me still. Now, if I stay in a neighborhood, but I go to a different neighborhood, she should follow me. Let's find out. So let's go up to Wellforth Way. And we'll see if she follows me there. Pretty sure she will, because we're not leaving the neighborhoods. We're staying within the neighborhood system. But we'll find out. Yep, there she is. All right. So now we left Bilbo inside, right? So she should follow me inside. Let's find out. Is she there? She's a little slow. Here she comes. All right. So let's go inside. And she should follow me in here. Potine O'Bowen says, hail. Hail to you as well. Okay, so here she is. She's followed me in. Now, we're at 4 dawn, which is still nighttime, and in 12 minutes we're at dawn. So if I still had her out, in 12 minutes she would drop the torch because it's no longer nighttime. I love that like little detail. Okay, so now we've gone in to say hi to Bilbo, and she's thinking about coming over these. These things are kind of sticky. They stick up a little bit. Now, if I click on Bilbo, it basically lets me go through the process of trying to pick him up, but nothing happens. I do not have 2 friends following me around. I only have the 1. It will only allow you to have 1 property guard following you at any time. So if I wanted to switch, I'd have to click on her, and then basically I can go up here to the pet menu and dismiss her, and now I can pick up Bilbo. So, yes, she doesn't have my hunter run speed. I don't know what she's got. Like, I think she just gets stuck on what I call it is when I'm running into something and I can't get around. Like, if I'm following somebody and like maybe I got stuck on the wall there, like the piece sticking out. Or these things are funny. The edges stick sometimes, so you have to jump on some of them to get over. Well, now it's not doing it, but so I noticed that she kind of got stuck on the edge there and was having a hard time getting over it. So I call that getting stuck on the furniture. So I get stuck on the furniture all the time. Where did my Bilbo go? Did I lose? He probably got stuck on the furniture somewhere. I don't know where he ended up. Anyway, real quick, I was going to show you my Yule space. This is what I have decorated my, calling it my Yule room for now. I'm not sure what else. I'm debating, because right now it's kind of like this whole area, which I like. And I'm wondering if I should scoot these tiles over, but then they wouldn't have this space. Maybe that's okay. Maybe I get something else for the flooring underneath it. So maybe I slide these all the way over. I'm just deciding what to do. I haven't decided what I'm doing there. So Poutine is going good. Thank you for asking. How are you today? All right, so let's get back to the festival. And that's fine. We can say goodbye to our Bilbo friend. He can hang out here in Little B. That's fine. Beauty Geek says that is a huge house. It is a huge house. I don't know if you have pay much attention to housing, premium housing. I find it fascinating. So when I first started playing, there was the Belfalas premium housing area, and that was it. And it's in the Cape of Belfalas, so it's Gondorian. It's got very like marble style of floors and walls, and it's very like white and almost too sterile for me, right? And it's also quite big. Oh, good, Ona's ready. Thanks. We're gonna grab that. And so I had a hard time figuring out how to decorate it, but it was the only premium housing that was available, and so you get creative, you know what I mean? And actually, do I have? Let's see, Shire, Belfast. I do have one in Belfast. Okay, we might go pop over there in a bit, and I can show you some of the things I came up with to make it a little more cozy. Anyway, so yeah, so Belfast housing was the first one, and then they came out with Rohan premium housing, and that was really fascinating because they ended up taking some of the ideas and thoughts they had gotten from the Belfast stuff and created 2 separate and distinct areas of housing. So they've got one housing neighborhood that is kind of in the mountains. It's got a lot of like pine-looking trees, and it's very foresty, very hilly, kind of mountainy. And then the other one is much more in the plains with the lighter grass, and it's flatter. There's some undulations in some of it, but it's very like to ride from one house to another is way easier. Now, and they both have the same thing in that they have a mead hall, so there's no kin houses in those neighborhoods, which is different from the way it was in Belfast, because Belfast has two kin houses in the Cape area, and then there's a couple of islands, and each one of those has a kin house. So what a lot of people did is their kinship, they got one of the kin islands, and and that's where they have their kin house instead, which, I mean, I get it. It's pretty cool. So Rohan, they didn't do any kin houses, and they introduced a new travel skill, which is this one down here. It's like a person standing in a doorway, and it's travel to kinship member's house. So if you're, hang on, I gotta eat real quick here. So berries, mushrooms, we'll eat the eggs. We'll go eat these mushrooms. Oh, and is there a drink? I'm hoping there's a drink. That's what I really want. I think we're all standing here waiting for the mystery drink. And it's a bad effect. Okay, no worries. So we're gonna not continue the quest just yet. I have a bunch of effects on me which are making me do this. I have been slowed. So we're just gonna, yeah, look how slow I am when I'm moving sideways. It's fantastic. So we're gonna wait a few minutes before I go and do any more of that stuff. Anyway, so they introduced a mead hall in each of the neighborhoods. It's a type of house that you can purchase, and each of the, here, while we're talking, I'm gonna run around to make sure I picked up all the quests. Oh yeah, I did. I picked up those. We didn't pick up the thing. Okay, yeah, actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna pop out into the area and do some of the quests outside of the town while we're waiting for these effects to wear off. And then I'll go back and finish my eating.
Can I speak with you a moment?
We're gonna do the broken snowman because it only takes 2 things. Yeah. So the mead hall is a house. Anybody can buy it. You don't have to be a kinship owner or anything like that to buy it. So I got a mead hall over on Evernight. And that was a lot of fun to decorate, but man, that thing is massive. But with the travel to kinship member's house, you can basically, what you do is you, in your housing panel, you notice there's this little star spot next to your houses. So I have put a star next to my house in Lindleby, my one Welfirth Way house. Actually, you know what? I should change that to Floodside. Wait, where do I have the boxes? Floodside. Yeah, I'm going to switch that to Floodside Road. So, okay, so I have now starred my house on 3 Floodside Road. So now, if anybody in the kinship goes into the kinship panel, so if you go to your social panel, which is O for social, and go to your kinship tab, which is in the middle, and then you pick a person that's not yourself. So let's say I'll pick Ragwort. And they have starred a house because this visit here is available. So if I click on visit, first of all, it's going to activate the traveling skill, and I will go to the house that they have starred in their housing panel. So Galley, so now if you look at Galley here, there's no visit. The visit is grayed out. So Galliffer has not gone and starred any house as their primary residence. So that's a way to easily transit to somebody else's house in your kinship if they have starred a house. So for example, one way I use that is over on Treebeard. One of our kinnies has those boxes that we opened up earlier with the premium ingredients. And so I have set, oh dear, that person's getting knocked out. No, don't hit them. There we go. So they have starred their house. And so I have all of my characters have used their house as the place that they're traveling to. Did you shoot? Did you hit them? There we go. Now I will hit them too. So we should both get credit for that. I didn't want to steal their kill. I want to make sure they got credit for it. These should be open tapping here. So, yeah, just want to make sure. But let's see, how many more do I need? That's 7, 8, 9. Okay, cool. So Lost-Shire Hobbit says, hello, hello. I took a wrong turn and landed in the land of the big folk. But I found my way back to the Shire. Hooray! Awesome. Oh, check this out. I turned my settings down because Laurelyn was having some really terrible lag yesterday. So, like, look how much detail is missing, but that means I can see, like, there's the lake, there's the road that leads back up over to the town. There's the mushroom hut. Isn't that cool to kind of see it like that? Because you don't normally see it with all the other stuff missing. That's kind of fun. So, all right, let me zoom down. Let me go ahead and roll down. So as I get closer, it fills the things in. It's like taking some of the processing load off. Because I was trying to reduce the amount of stuff that I was trying to receive from the game because it was just having such a hard time. Man, that person's just getting into all sorts of trouble out there. Let's see if I can... Nope, there's too far. Well, I can do this one. I was trying to make sure I'm helping this person out, because man, I've had a hard time sometimes with my lower level characters, and yeah. Oops, hang on a second. Today is the last day. There we go. All right, so as you can see, I picked up a whole bunch of quests, and now I'm kind of like doing the various pieces of them. So like I have to pick berries off of the winterberry bushes, so I'm working on that. I need to defeat cold weather, so I'm working on that. I need one more berry. One more berry bush. Oh, Pamela needs to run off for a bit. Thank you for a wonderful stream. Well, you're welcome. Thanks for coming by. It's always good to see you. So I will see you Friday. Oh, hey, I am going to miss Green Dragon Friday this week. Because I will be traveling. Okay, so here we're going to cheer the snow beast. And you can do all 3 of your cheers on one snow beast. So this didn't used to be the case. So there are some players who've been around for a while or who are returning who don't know this. Or who are new. So there we go. I have done all 3 of my cheers to one snow beast. I do not have to go and find 3 snow beasts to do it. So it makes it just so much easier for other players and easier for yourself too. So just mentioning that. Okay. So, all right. Whoops. Let me go over here. Okay, so we were talking about premium housing. Let's see. So yeah, so then you had the travel to a kin member's house, travel skill that was added as something we could do, which is pretty cool. It has a couple of things though. Your kinship has to have, you have to have a kinship first of all, and your kinship has to own a kinship house, otherwise the skill isn't active. I don't know why, because you're not using it to go to your kin house, but I don't know, for some reason it's a thing. So, so if you are, if you have a kinship and you're like, why is this not working? That could be why. If your kinship doesn't own a kin house, it won't work. All right, we're turning that in. Okay, so this person is, I don't know what they're doing. That person is tidying up. I'm trying to see what's my competition here. That person is tidying up. Cool. All right. Oh, the way I can tell is I'm clicking on them and then I can see what they're clicked on. So grimy dish, that's cleaning up. This person is not clicked on anything. I don't know what they're doing. But I'm going to go ahead and click on Ona.
How can I be
and we're going to finish that, which means my timer has begun. So I have 57 seconds to eat 5 things and get to the next table. We're going to eat the smallest things, which are Mushrooms and berries are the best. Eggs are in the middle. So we'll grab some eggs. And I guess I'll do these eggs, but I really want that mystery drink. So I'll go drink the mystery drink. And either it'll be a really bad effect, which it is, which is horribly ill. I have minus 60% run speed, but it only has a 20-second duration. So it goes really fast. Like, it'll be gone before I'm off of this table. But do you see how slow I'm moving? It's fantastic. It cracks me up. All right, so we'll eat some mushrooms, eat some mushrooms, eat some mushrooms. Guess we'll do some eggs. And mystery drink. We'll see what happens. Because the other thing it could do, didn't do it. Let me mount up. The other thing it could do is clear all of those effects that I have. Because right now, look how slow I'm moving. Cracks me up. So funny. Because I got another minus 60% run speed. But the rest of them are things like this, like minus 3% run speed, minus 5%, minus 1%, you know, that kind of thing. And those last for 4 minutes. So there's no way any of these effects are going to wear out during the time that I'm doing this challenge, which is why I let the first table stuff wear out before I started on the second table, if I can. Cool, berries. Yeah, before it doesn't do that, but I do. Oh my gosh, I was doing this yesterday and the lag was so bad. I actually failed at like the second table because I would be eating something and it was like, it would take 20 seconds before it registered that I had been eating something, and oh, it was so bad. Whereas like with this one, it's going much faster than that. And you only have 55 seconds, I think, in total. So there's no way you can spend 20 seconds on each thing. There's just not enough time. See, those dense breads take me forever. Yes, as before says, they like to finish all of the eating competition in one go, so I risk an extra table's worth of debuffs. Yeah, for me, it's cutting it too close. All right, so I need one more thing. We'll eat these eggs here, and I've got 20 seconds. So quick drink. There's not a lot I can do while I'm eating. And now he's ready, and you got to click on him and finish it within that time. So I had 9 seconds left. It's cutting it close. See, that's why those extra debuffs might have been too much. But now we can come up and pick up his tidying up. All right, we can turn in her firewood.
What can I do for you?
So let's do some tidying up. And there's 10 of each thing. So you got to click on, do 10 dirty dishes, which is the grimy dish. 10, what's it called? Unsightly spills, and 10 of the reeking garbage things. So they're scattered around at these tables, but it's the same number roughly at each. Basically, you do 1, 2, 3 sets of tables. You know what? I forget to count. Let's find out. So this is one. I think you need 4 tables out of the 5. I don't think you don't have to go to all 5 tables stations. But that was station number 2. If this is station number 1 with Ona. This is kind of the order I end up doing it, because after I do these 2 tables, which are, these 2 eating stations, which aren't too far apart, I will mount up and I'll ride down to the end, and I'll go ahead and turn in the quests that I was just doing. Oh, you know what? We didn't do the fireworks. Okay, so I won't turn that in yet because I didn't do it yet. Whoops. Checking my loot says, little tip I use to do most quests with pickup. Yeah, set the Y key to the nearest interactable target, and then the U key to use, and then you can run around and hit Y, and then you and your target will run to the nearest target and use it. Makes it much quicker. And that's also what I do. I have bound mine to be right next to each other on the keyboard. So what they're talking about is, so you have in your key bindings, and you have some that are by default. So if we bring up our options, which is Control O, and you go down to your key mapping, you can see there's a whole bunch of things that you do in the game, and you can see what keys they're bound to. So if I want to move forward, for me, that's the up arrow or the E button, because I switched mine over by one step. I didn't like WASD, I like it one step over. So it's WASD, but it's actually WASD, it's actually ESDF. Yeah, that'll blow some people's minds. Anyway, moving on. So select nearest target is, for me, it's delete. Here, select nearest item is the delete key. And then use selection. On my keyboard, it's either V or the end key. For most people, it is the U for use. So what I have, so I've actually set mine up so that way I can, because my delete key is right here, and then my end key is right next to it. And so I can hit delete, and you'll notice it just selected something on screen, and then I hit that one right next to it, and it goes, and I just run right over to it. So I can really easily just like tap, tap, and I'll show you, I'll do it again. Tap, tap. And notice she's already doing the next thing. So I have it set up like that. Now what I also did, because sometimes I'm using this hand to do other things, so I did go ahead and set it up on this hand. And so my fingers are usually, where's the bump? Here, my fingers are usually here. So I just set it up so that it's basically my index finger and my pinky to do the same thing. Oops, wrong way. I haven't got it backwards, but trying to do it upside down and backwards. But yeah, I really love being able to just go bonk, bonk. And it's really, it's convenient for me. I just slide my hand over and do it. Set your keyboard up however you makes the most sense for you. But I definitely, I love to encourage people to play around with it and try and see like what works for you. Because yeah, when I first started playing the game, I thought you had to literally click on everything. Excuse me. I was very heavy on using the keyboard, or I use the keyboard for movement also. Now I'm much better at navigating myself around with the mouse, so I can like make corners and things like that. Oh yeah, so like even with the cooking, I'm still just doing delete N to do it. So, but yeah, that is a great tip, checking my loots. If there's anybody out there who doesn't know that yes, you could use the select key, whatever it's bound to on your computer. By default in LOTRO, it is the delete key, and then U for use is the using that item. So for example, I would see these, maybe I couldn't click on the keg, like maybe I'm just having all sorts of trouble and I'm just really having a hard time clicking on it. I can use the select button. Notice how it has an arrow on it now. It selected the closest thing to me, and then I click the use button, and now I'm interacting with it. So yeah, as they mentioned, it's a really great way for finding hidden things. Makes it easier to find those ones you can't quite see, says checking my loots. Yeah, exactly. Because sometimes it is really hard to click on something specifically. So yeah, I find it is really handy that way. All right, we did the empty keg emergency. So let's finish cleaning up some garbage here. So beauty and a gate, great tip, thank you. I stand on the shoulders of others, basically, sorry. There are so many tricks and tips and shortcuts and modifications and all sorts of things you can do in the game that I don't presume to know all of it. I don't presume that there's any way that anybody else could know all of it. So I think that's what we do here, is we share these things that we've figured out that make our lives easier, and hopefully other people will then find, some extra joy in what they're doing. Okay, so now I know I need to pilfer coins. So I can actually have discovered that I can queue up 3 in a row because they're right next to me. Okay, apparently if you stand in the center, you can queue up all 8 of them. What I've started doing for my own, just, I don't know, this is what makes it easier for me, is I do 3, and then I do 3, and then I do 2. Also because I want to count, because if I move, I lose count. So this way I'm not moving. So it works. But anyway, so there's, yeah, so I'm doing my 8 people. Let's see, okay, I need to go build a snowman, so let's go do that real quick. Let's zip out and take care of that action. So I just go out by the swans. Just leap over the swans to get out of town. Get me out of here. So yeah, so I have set up the select and use in 2 different combos on my keyboard, just to make it a little simpler for me. Because I noticed there was a lot of times when I wanted to have that and I didn't. On the other hand, and I'm like, oh well, then I have control of this. I can make up my mind what I want to do. All right, so now we need to return to Gareth Rust with the pilfered coins. Beauty and the Geek says, you're a hobbit, it's kind of necessary to stand on the shoulders of others. You also play mostly hobbits. Been Hobbit chopped into human body since reading The Hobbit when you were 12. I love it. Yeah, this is one of the things I really, wow, look, hang on a second. Those folks all have the same cloak. That's fun. Anyway, sorry, I distracted from there. Yeah, on Laurelin. Laurelin is a role-playing server, and so there are a lot of people who do a lot of role-playing, you know, in the type of character that they are. So I definitely enjoy running around role-playing as a hobbit, and doing that with other people who are doing the same. So, hey, I've got a whole bunch of fluffy snow to use on people. That person's AFK, so they're probably not going to care. Yeah, it's probably one of the winter cloaks from Yule Vendor. It is. There are a lot of cloaks that are kind of the older styles. They're, you know, from years in the past at the festivals, and people don't tend to purchase them or use them as much as others. So like this is one of the older cloaks also. I forget what that one's called. Hang on, maybe we can check. If you inspect somebody and then you look at the little dots next to their outfit numbers, sometimes you should be able to, there it is. So that is the ornate winter cloak. And there's also an ornate winter robe that kind of matches it. But yeah, so it's one of the older ones. Here, we can go over and take a look. So we've got 2 barterers over here. Yeah, see, a lot of people use, oh, this one, what's that one called? The Cloak of Not Changing Hues. This one dyes up really nicely. And that one, I used that one a lot for a while when it first came out. That's from the Midsummer Festival. And I think the dress she's wearing is also, yeah, those are both from the Midsummer Festival. They don't normally come in pink. She's dyed them pink, which I think is a great choice. This dress that I'm wearing actually is from this festival. It's got all these, oh, I forgot that I'm on a lower, hang on a second. Let me go back to my graphics. I'm like, why is it so hard to see the details? It's because I've removed the details. Let's fix that. There we go. That's much better. So you can see it's got a lot of little snowflakes. I'll give it a second. There we go. Let me move that. It's got all these snowflakes on the dress, built in these panels and on the sleeves, and then some, you know, and then dotted around on the back and in various areas. It normally is a blue, I believe. Let me see, which dress is this? What's the name of this one? I am wearing the gala-worthy gown. Okay, so if I go into my wardrobe and we look that up. So, gala-worthy gown. It is normally this kind of light blue, like a dusty, you know, blue. I don't know what you call that. And so yeah, I've dyed mine green because this character, Rosenbloom, she wears a lot of that kind of deeper green colors. Yeah, so, okay, so let me pop up on the stage. Sometimes it's easier to interact with the NPCs up here. Oh, not if there's lag kicking me off of there. Okay. So Alex Gray, I believe, is the one that has the new stuff. Yeah. So if you click, they've made this change, which is, I really like it. Oh, Beauty and the Geek says, thanks for the stream. Got to run. So glad I stopped by and learned about Bilbo's house guards. To quote Pippin from the film, I'm getting one. Awesome. Well, hopefully you can come back sometime. And this video will be up on here on Twitch, but also on YouTube, on my Life Beyond the Shire YouTube page. So if you wanted to watch the rest of it or go back and recheck any of that, it'll be there, and it should be, you know, always up there. So that's easy, makes it easier to find. So yeah. So thanks, come by. We'll see you another time. Thanks for coming by. Let's see, Senzu Bean says, hello again. Hello again. Hope you all had an awesome new year, and more good is to come to those who are, well, good most of the time. Indeed. Well, thank you. Yes, I hope everybody had a good new year, and I hope 2024 is an awesome year for everybody. I'm petting the cat here on the side. So yeah, we have fireworks nearby. I was talking about this at the beginning, and the cats are not too fond of it, and I'm not too fond of it. I suffer from headaches from time to time, and unfortunately, I'm in a headache cluster. So it's not as bad as it was a couple days ago. I was having like the light sensitivity and sound sensitivity, which is exactly what you want at New Year's. So I was managing it with some Advil, and we closed all of our shutters and tried to make it a nice, more dampened environment in here, and that worked out pretty good, actually. I didn't mind it too much at all. So yeah, so this year the theme is Icy Expeditions. So it's this outfit. So you've got this, the coat, which does look extremely nice and cozy. You've got the mittens. You've got this cloak here. You've got this funky little hat. And let's see what else. Cloak, boots. Oh, the boots. There we are. And then you got the boots as an option as well. So that's the Icy Expeditions theme, which is the theme for this year's Yule Festival, for the cosmetics and stuff. Lost Shire Hobbit. I'm about halfway through last week's stream on catch up. I saw that you were doing that. I saw you posted that. That's very sweet. Also, the Gala-worthy gown is it's color coded for each of my characters as well. Yeah, I know, right? I love that. Oh, speaking of gold, the Gala-worthy, I think, is one of the ones that comes off really good in gold. There's some outfits that come out really pretty in gold. I also like Shire Peach as a color. I have Shire Peach. Oh, I don't know if I have it on this character. Oh, but I can show you through my wardrobe. Hang on, because I did it on her sister. Let me go back, get rid of that. So I'm gonna, if I sort, this is in the wardrobe. This is a cool thing you can do. So in the wardrobe, let me pull this in here in the middle. So you've got sorting. You can sort A to Z or Z to A. You can sort by type, which is what I do a lot. And you can sort by color, which is so cool. So if I scroll down to Shire Peach, I could have sworn it was on this character or on this server. It had to have been. No, it could have been. Okay, well then we'll just do it the other way around. What is the, I forget the name of it. Hang on, let me go down to outfit, upper body. The outfit from the Autumn Festival, from the from the Harvest Festival that they came out with a couple years ago, where it had the cowl and the like witches looking hat, and then the outfit. It has a name that it never sticks in my head. But I'll find it. I will find you. It's not the Leaf Turner. Autumn Sage. Vestments of the Autumn Sage. So it's, hang on. It's this outfit. Is my thing back on dull again? Well, hang on. We'll come back to that. But anyway, so if you dye this one Shire Peach. There it is. I really love that color on this outfit. I thought that was so cool. So I had a character running around because it kind of has that like that burnt orange with it, with the Shire Peach and then the golds. It turned out really, I thought it was a really nice combo. I am seeing that it says ultra high, but that was definitely not ultra high. That's interesting. All right, well, we'll just quit playing with it. Anyway, so let's see. So that's the new stuff. And then over here, the other guy, Jeffrey Bloomer, he's the one who has those consumables. So if you're trying to earn a deed for doing some of these things, which some of them have, also you can earn a permanent skill if you do it 300 times. So I bought up enough to finish the skill for that one, but I don't think I have enough for the frosty beverages, so I'll have to go back and check on that. I might come back and check on these things after the stream and do a little math and stuff. But anyway, so some of the older outfits are like the snow-dusted, so like the snow-dusted traveling robe and the snow-dusted gloves. Here's the snow-dusted hat. Traveling boots, shoulders. Oh, this person wants to play music. So I like this outfit because it has like this kind of variegated coloring already built in on some of it. It's a little too cowboy for my look, for my taste as a character in the game, but it's cute. So the Yule tunic and trousers is great, and that dyes up like fantastically well. Let's do it in like an orange. Ooh, that's bright. Really good blue. Oh, okay. Anyway, so there's a lot of really great cosmetics to be had in here. And I think Alex Gray, let's double check real quick. I think Alex Gray is the one that has some of the oldest things. Yeah. Rewards of Past 1, Part 2, and then the more the merrier. I think that's where you get into like that Wintertide cloak. Oh no, that's a different one than we were looking at. There's the Wintertide robe to go with it. So you can see how these, some of these are really awesome. Oh, I love the Winter Yule robe and the Winter Yule cloak. That wasn't the one they had that they were wearing though. Wasn't the Horned Beast stuff. All right, well, I'll finish staring at stuff here in a second. This is I like this outfit on elves, the Gala-worthy stuff. I think it looks really good. There's the Cloak of Flurries, which is very similar to the one from the Midsummer Festival. That one is, what is the pattern on it? So this one is snowflakes, and the other one's the other thing, which I think is really cute. There's the Gala-worthy gown, which is so pretty. I love the Gala-worthy gown. The shoulders look weird on a Hobbit to me, and the crown. But the mantle, the fur mantle, is one of my favorite pieces. I use that a lot. Let's see. There's the ornate set. Oh yeah, so there's the ornate winter cloak that we just saw on that other person. And then like here's the ornate dress that goes with it. So it's a nice dress. It doesn't have quite the detail that a lot of the newer stuff has. And I think the dyeing of it is it's kind of sparkly. It's kind of shiny though, so that's fun. But yeah, it just has, I think, a different texture. And so I think people just don't use some of these as much as like some of the newer stuff. Okay, so we had talked about doing some in-league and ale association. So let's go and do that. I think Affodil is ready, or I should say before is ready to do some testing. So let me put these away. Where should I meet you? In Bree? West Bree. Okay. So I'm going to head to West Bree. So what we're going to do is we're going to do, a couple years ago, let me back up a smidge. A couple years ago, we worked together, myself and B4, who's sitting in the room here with me, and who is also a streamer, and LOTRO player. A few years ago, we went and did all of the Ale Association and in-league quests where you basically pick up a drink and then you drop off a drink. And because I don't have those drinks. Okay, cool. And we timed it and we tried to figure out like what were the most efficient pathways to do this. So, and then we created some videos and some blog posts and everything based on, you know, do you have a hunter helping you? Do you not? Do you have this? Do you have that? Since then, they have added some different options through like different stable masters that are now available in Rivendell, well, in all of the Trollshaws, and different stable masters that are available in the Shire. So we will probably be updating some of that. So what Before is doing right now, I believe, is incorporating these quests into the Festival Buddy 2, and then figuring out how to make that work regardless of which, you know, pathing you're taking. I think that's about accurate. He's typing, so we'll find out if I missed anything there. Okay, and then I'm going to take us to Thorin's Hall. So he says, "Yep, Festival Buddy has quick guides, and I wanted to add at least one in-league Ale Association guide, ILAA." Ela. So what we do is we start at Thorin's Gate, and we go in. Thanks for opening the door. Speaking of, one of the cats just went out. We have a cat door, and it's been closed for a few days because it's been super rainy and it's been noisy with fireworks, and I really didn't want them to get stuck outside, freaked out in their pathway, which is basically a cage. It'd be really hard to get them out of there. So I was like, you know what, they can just stay in. It's fine. It was super windy too, so I was worried about them like getting thrown around in the wind. Just like, yeah, we'll just leave that door closed. They don't need to go out. Okay, so you've got these two guys here. You've got your in-league guy here, and you've got your Ale Association guy here. We're going to pick up the quest from the Ale Association fellow. And he has basically what are equivalent quests to what the in-league guy has, but they're funny. Like, all but the good cider is like all but the good something else. Bomber's breath is Bomber's, or never further from home is never closer, or is never, yeah. So they you know, not Atlee's favorite. So they're all like takeoffs, you know, from the other thing, like one drink too few, I think, is one drink too many on the other side. Yeah, so they're kind of funny, a dark prank. So now notice that his rings are all gone. You're like, oh no, don't worry about it. It's going to work out. So what we need to do is we have a path where we are picking up the drinks that are the fake version. So this is the fake Thistlebelly brew, for example. And we're picking up the fake versions, thank you, as we go around. And then when we get to an in-league / Ale Association person, what we can do is give them the fake version, which is the thing we just picked up. And so that's the fake one from the Ale Association. But now we pick up the quest to give him the good one, the one that he wants from the in-league, and then we can turn it back into him and finish that off right away. So it's really handy that you can pick these things up directly from these guys, from these in-league members, that you can pick up the quest from the in-league member themselves, and then just you happen to have it with you. Isn't that convenient? Hooray. Hooray. Okay, so the next thing we do is, I'm with you, thank you. And actually, I might grab the list. Do you have the list handy? Yeah, that's fair. I was gonna put the link to, oh, you're gonna grab it? Okay, awesome, thank you. So I'm gonna be having the blog post here up next to me. Thank you. Thank you. Hang on a second. Let me minimize the size of this. Cool. So I can keep an eye on chat too. All right. So here we're picking up 2 drinks, never further from home, and 1 drink too few. And now we're going to Thrassy's Lodge, which where might I need to take you then? Where would you like to go? So what we recommend is you set a milestone, and I think you did, to Doolan. Okay, cool. These travel stable masters have not changed, so we're following along with the previous way that still works, which is basically get yourself to here and take this stable master to Thrassy's Lodge, and it's slow travel. There's no swift travel to Thrassy's Lodge. But this is the closest stable master to him. So this works. I never checked to see if there's a milestone at Thrassy's Lodge. Okay, there's not. Okay.
There was not.
There was not the last we looked. Yeah. Okay, so so that's what I'm doing is I'm following along with this route on via the blog post. So for us, what we do is we start at Thorns Hall, pick up all the quests, hey kitty cat, and pick up the first of the fake things. Then we go to Oasthair and we drop off that thing we just picked up, which is quite a tickle, and then we give him quite a pickle, or we do the stuff for the quest, quite a pickle. Then we grab the drinks for the fake Forsaken Ale and the fake Meals Vintage from Barliman. And then we're going up here to Thrassy's Lodge, and we're going to drop off 1 drink too few, and then we'll do 1 drink too many. What's she doing? Oh, okay. She's playing with the milk ring. In the past, she has brought in mice. So I'm like, okay, I just want to make sure that she's not brought in a mouse. But no, she's playing with a milk ring. So this guy does an emote. He emotes, you know, he's, oh, disgusting, horrible, foul. This is the fake one. It's supposed to be really bad. He's like, do you have any more? I didn't get a proper taste the first time. So now we're giving him 1 drink too many, which is the bad one. And he's like, oh, that's horrible. What a foul taste. It seems I saved the worst for last. Which, yeah, that's true. Okay. And I assume you've already done it. Oh, you're doing it now. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to travel from here to Bree. Now, we want to make sure that we don't leave before Affodil has credit for that. But Affodil has credit, and the transition, boom. Because it takes a minute. So now we're going up to the work site. So Thornley's work site here in Bree, because there's an in-league person there who would love for us to bring him some stuff. Cool. So then the next thing we want to do after we drop these off is we want to go to the Forsaken Inn. But there's no swift travel there as of yet. And we don't have milestones there. I mean, we could, but we don't. And we don't assume that people have like 10 milestones. We assume they have like 1 or 2 in order to, you know, get from place to place. We're trying not to assume that somebody's gone and bought all 10 milestones and is just bipping themselves around. Plus, the milestones still have like 5-minute cooldown. So even if you are using the milestone skill, you have to kind of interspice it with other things. Okay, so we're turning in Never Further From Home. And now we're picking up Never Far From Home and turning that in. So now the way we do this then is we go to Ostgaruth, because hunters have that travel pretty early on, which is handy. And once you get to be, I believe it's kinship with the people, the reputation people here, the Eglain. Once you have Eglain reputation, you can get a personal travel skill to Ostgaruth. So that's one of the reasons why that seems to make sense to go here. Now, if you've done
Greetings.
the stuff in order, so the epic storyline, you have Candace's encampment travel for free here. It doesn't say that it's swift travel, but it is. So I can go ahead and take that from here. It takes me to Candace's encampment, which is over by Weathertop. And then when I'm there, if I've done the epic line in order, which I have, he then has for me travel to the Forsaken Inn for free. If you haven't done that, that's right. We discovered recently, because Affadil had not done that, so Affadil was charging over on a war steed and ended up yeeting off of a cliff. Well, conveniently, the res circle is really close to the Forsaken Inn. So you could choose that route as well. You've got options. I feel like I might need to include that in the guide. It's hilarious. So picking up all but the good cheer. Okay, so we've got that. Yeeter is on the way. Collect that. So now we're going to take a little tour of the Shire, because we are at this point doing a kind of a collection run. So we're heading over to the Bird and Baby Inn. We're starting kind of in the west part of the Shire and working our way across, picking up various beverages. Yes, okay, in the southern, well, technically we're not in the South Shire. The South Farthing would be further down. So we're making our way across the Shire, a bunch of pubs, and then eventually we'll pop up to like Rock and Borings. Oh, look, there's fireworks. Okay, so we're picking this up from Carlo, which is a fake brandy wine. And then the next place we want to go to is Hobbiton, which I do a lot of role playing, so conveniently I have a milestone already set there. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. You can travel across land if that makes you happy. But there's a gap here between when we would need to use another milestone. In fact, I'm not sure we do use another milestone. So, yeah, this is just easy enough. Okay, so I'm here at the Ivy Bush Inn. I'm going to pop inside. Go talk to Hereward Lomsdown. Pick up a bit of white, which is the replacement for, I think, a bit of red. The actual quest is a bit of red, I believe. And then I will hang out here and wait for Affadil, who is coming cross country. We did time this at one point. Now, I think this was before there was swift travel from Mickle Delving to Hobbiton. So because what we did is we timed it taking the stable master from Mickle Delving to Hobbiton, which was just regular travel at that time, or do you just run yourself over land? And it was about the same. So now that there's swift travel, though, it's probably faster with the swift travel. It's probably, and it's also obviously faster with the milestone if you have a milestone. So, oh, and we were talking about premium housing earlier. I'll just wrap that, hopefully. After they did the Rohan housing, they came out with Erebor housing, which is very dwarven inspired, and it's beautiful. It's got these gorgeous green crystals. It's very Wizard of Oz in some regards, but that's the only place that I actually don't have a premium house, because it just, I don't know, I don't really want to live in a cave. And I get lost in those neighborhoods because they're very vertical. It's like Moria. I get lost in Moria. So, all right, we're picking up two things here from Barmy.
Can't a body be left alone?
And then we traverse on to the next one, which is in the Frogmoors. I'll zip out a little bit. So we're gonna jump over this fence. Oh, I guess I didn't have to jump over the fence. I got stuck on the furniture anyway. Okay, I'm following you. And then after Erebor housing, so basically, so with Belfalas, it was kind of race of man style, Gondor. And then with Rohan, again, some more race of man style. And then with Rohan. And then when the Erebor housing, it was very dwarfish. So you can see there's a couple of folks feeling a little left out at that point.
Hello there.
Okay, so this is the last thing we're picking up here. So now I'm going to take us over to Estelden. Oh, there it is. And then from Estelden, we'll take the Stable Master up to Othrakar and drop off some stuff there. So they finally got around to doing Hobbit premium housing, so very happy about that. And that is the Lindleby housing. That was kind of their intention from quite a while back. They said that when Lindleby and all the Hobbit stuff that happened, that's there, which I haven't actually quested through, so I don't know all of it. But basically, there's hobbits in Lindleby, and so they had intended to put some Hobbit-style housing there. So we finally got some Hobbit housing in Lindleby, and I really like it. So one of the fun things about the premium housing is that the houses are definitely bigger than like the original standard style of housing that where you can have like a house in the Shire, a house in Bree, a house of the Elven housing in the southern part of Eredluin, or Dwarven housing in the northern part of Eredluin, Thorn's Hall. Thorn's Gate area, and you can only have one of those. But with the premium housing, you can have as many as you want. You can buy 10 houses, you can buy 1,000, you could buy a whole neighborhood, like whatever you want to do, because it costs different currency in the game. So, but so the premium houses are bigger than the standard houses. So. I like them because they're a lot of fun, and it's so fun because every time they come up with new housing, like they've tried to figure out how to solve a previous problem or a challenge that came up, and how to improve on things and how to add something interesting. And like they're constantly doing stuff like that. So like in I think, was it the dwarf housing, the Erebor? It might have been that one where they added atmospheres, so you can like change the way things look as somebody comes into your yard. And so now that's moving through all the different premium housing. Okay, so are we still doing Avendim? Okay. Well, I didn't know if we were gonna. Oh, because we have to go through. No, we do need to go to Oatbarton because we need to see somebody in Oatbarton. Okay. I'm sorry, what was it again? Avendim. Oh, looks like I just disconnected and reconnected to that. Let me make sure this is still going. Okay. Stream still looks like it's going. It looks like the chatty disconnected for a minute there. Yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully everything's going all right there for everybody. All right, so we are taking the Stable Master over to, thank you,
What do you need?
Oatbarton, because we have somebody we got to talk to there. And then from there, we'll take the Stable Master to Brockenborings. Okay, so yeah. I was just thinking, is there a way we could cut off part of this? But not really, because Oatbarton, I don't think it has swift travel from anywhere. I mean, except from here, I should say. Yeah. Saren says, hello, been off due to flu, but just got returned to Moria. Oh, that sounds like fun. I know some of the hobbits that I play with have been playing that, and they said they've been having a good time with it. I'm finding I don't have the time, mind, brain, whatever, to do multiples of games right now.
Speak with you a moment. What
do you need?
Okay, so we've turned into stuffed hams. Now we want to get ourselves down to Brockenborings. And this used to be the only swift travel there, but it's right here, so it's fine. If we did this in a different order, I don't know if it would make sense. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to think about that. Because now that you can get to Brockenborings with swift travel from a lot of places, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, but this is a nice twofer.
Hello there. Might I speak with
Yeah.
you a moment? How
The
do
drink
you
we just gave her came from the Prancing Pony, so we had it quite a while ago. That's the key of this, is that you have to make sure that you are acquiring the wrong drink before you go and find the the in-league person. So like here we're picking up a drink still. Okay, and let's see where we're going. So that was Brockenborings, and we did that, and we did that. So now we're going to the Misty Mountains. Misty Mountains. Hi, baby. I saw you looking at spades over there. Did I make my bid?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Oh.
We are bidding for the next one.
Okay. So he and I are playing a game of spades with some friends online, and we try to make sure that we're not on the same not on the same team, because it does seem a little unfair, because we kind of know how to think, or I don't know, or we just get annoyed with each other, I suppose. I made my bid. Yes, I made a nil bid, and man, was it close at the end. My partner was playing some cards that were surprising to me, and whew, it got close. Okay. Yay! That was a crazy round. Anyway, sorry, back to this. We just dropped off that Misty Mountains. Oli, yeah, we did that. So now we want to go to Acad Candleth. Okay, so I'm going to take us to Rivendell.
We're gonna nip into the boss from my house first.
Oh, okay. We're going to change things up slightly from how we have it set in the blog post and in the video, because of this change with the stable masters. So first thing we're going to do is actually, normally we go away and then we come back, because we need to be at the last homely house to pick up something, but then we also need to get to Acad Candleth. And it used to be the only swift travel there was from the Rivendell stable master. But now we have this stable master here that we just rode past. So we can use her to get us to Acad Candleth. So we're going to go ahead and pop in now while we're here and grab this vintage that we need. So I just need to rewrite this in my head for the moment.
I'm still not 100% sure this is right.
Yeah, we're not 100% sure like this is the best change, but we do need to pick this up. And this is a different reminder of
Sweet
Rivendell.
melon.
Cool. So now we want to go back out to that oh, I can't get up on my mount yet.
I almost feel like you could take this to the front.
I don't think that's any faster. I don't know.
I don't know. It's nice.
Well, we're almost on our mounts. We just got to get out the door. I think it's still faster to run back out than to port and ride. Yeah. I know, right? We're gonna be timing this in the near future. I would expect. Although with today being the last day of the the festival, we won't be able to time this again until later. Let's see, she's right here, so I think this was still faster. Okay, so now we're going to Acad Candleth, which is right there. Interesting. You know what? I still have some that are not unlocked on this character, so we may need to go around and meet some stable masters. When they redid the stable master system in the Trollshaws, it removed that you had discovered stable masters. So if there's anybody that you had met previously, you need to go back and meet them again, just FYI. And if you hadn't noticed that before. Okay, so here we have somebody up on the top that we need to give her a drink. And I have trouble with these stairs, so I'm just going to do like that. I know you're good at jumping, but for some reason I have trouble with those stairs. Yeah. And then just make sure you don't eat yourself off the edge here. So this is a convoluted wine. Oh, I've reached friend status with the Ale
You may
Association
be of
Festival.
service to me.
And then, I'm missing something.
Greetings
I need
to
a
you.
brandy wine. Very simple wine.
Yeah, somehow I missed the things.
Awesome, thank you. There we go. Look at that.
Make of honor.
I like how she's kind of like, psst, here, I've got one for you. Hands me one. Aha, here you go. Just what you were looking for. Okay, so that takes care of that. So now we're going over to Forchel, or Suri Kyla for me. So Egg Arthur says, I'm starting to forget my 24-minute solo route, but I'm pretty sure I went from Tornhad to a Cad Candleth. The Tornhad port is freed up for the Ost Hair stop in favor of Ost Garuth, which is in turn freed up because of the new swift travel from Hern to Inn of the Forsaken. Yeah, right? Because that's the whole thing, right? Because with some of the new additional stables that we have, it definitely feels like we could change it up a little bit. Anyway, so we want to go to Ziggelgund from here. So I'm taking swift travel.
You do have to have.
But the problem with the Tornhad thing is you had to have gone and quested in the Angle of Mythithel and gotten that travel skill. Now, if you have been playing as a low-level character and working your way through all of those, then yeah, it's definitely possible that you would have that. But if you are playing on a character that you've had for a while, it's possible you wouldn't have that because you would have had to have gone back and done that questing after it opened up. Hi, baby. I have a cat that is currently crawling her way into my lap. She came from under the table this time instead of coming over me and going under. You're such a funny girl. Well, thankfully, Casper has left. Thankfully, our cats are very comfortable with us. We like it. Let's see. Okay, so a dark prank. We turn that in. And then now we're doing a dark day with him. Okay. So let's see. We dropped off West Angmar. Okay, cool. I got a little off on my watching. Hi. Okay, so over to West Angmar. Oh, and Happy New Year, by the way, says Egg Arthur. Thank you. Happy New Year to you as well. Hopefully 2024 is treating you well. Okay, I did not mount up, so there I come. Oh, that's right. This guy emotes, so it's okay if you kind of stagger your arrival. Oops. Follow those footprints. So with this guy, though, apparently you can synchronize, like, and give it, just throw all the drinks at him at the same time. So if I turn in a drink of the best character, and this is supposed to be the worst, but it's supposed to be swill, but we gave him, like, I don't know, a red wine or something. He's like, it's strange that I rather liked it. Okay, so I'm going to pick up a drink of the worst character. And then do you want to count it, or do you want to... No? Okay. It says, oh, the aftertaste, it is awful. Oh, nice. Okay, so that one is done. And now we are off to Thorin's Hall. So then of all of our drinks, we have the last one to do is a different reminder of Rivendell, which is a fake Dorwinian wine that we are going to be giving them. I think I'm mounted up, yes. So the funny thing is now I've got these like roving threats, so I have to, every time you enter the area, they're like, hey, there's roving threats. I'm like, it's okay, I don't need that. Not right now. We'll do that another day. Maybe that's something we could do in between, though. Because this is the last day of the Yule Festival. In case anybody is still unaware that this is your last day to finish the Yule Festival. I was going to say, where are you? Wonder where you were going. So yeah, so then next week we will be in between festivals again. And we don't have the new schedule for the new year yet, so we don't know when the next festival is, but it would be, I think this is Yule, so the next one would be anniversary or spring. You know what? I might pull that list back up. But anyway, it's not going to be until like March. Ooh, but if we have ill omens, if that comes up, that'll be an event. That would be really fun to do. So anyway, we just have to wait and see what happens. So we'll probably, yeah, we'll be doing non-festival stuff for the next few weeks for sure. So roving threats is a possibility depending on if Affadil has time for that. Because I kind of rely on Affadil to take me around to the roving threats. He's really good at paying attention to where there's like information online. So okay, what's that? Yeah, and there's plugins. Ooh, there's roving threat plugins, right? Probably, yeah. Okay, so there we go. Dun, 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 dun. So there's our in-league and ale association deliveries combined quest. I guess we could check the timer on the stream and see how long that took us. And Lost Hobbit says, Happy New Year. It's the year of the dragon. Let's hope there's no smogs lurking around. Indeed. Yes, we do hope for that. There are no smogs lurking about. Okay. Well, nice. Before says, I am super stoked at incorporating this guide into Festival Buddy. It was so much easier than consulting an external webpage. Awesome. Well, that's fantastic. I'm glad that worked out. Cool. All right, so let's see. What else am I doing with this character? Oh, I have an extra Dorwinian white. I should have passed that to you. I'll mail it to you. Okay. Oh, how funny. She's riding off into the distance. Off the map. Bye. Does it actually? Oh, it has a locked gate. Let's see, where's the road? Where am I? Yeah, it's that way. Yeah. Okay, sure. Let's take a look. There's a lot of gates in the game to places that may someday open up. So yeah, so Affadil went up this road. It's very pretty though. It's very festive. Ooh, you know what? This might be a good area for doing a Yule video in the future. I might mention that to Lena. Yeah, Hobbit gatherings in the snow. Because it's a nice low-level area. That's nice too. And then, yeah, there's a gate here. So it is possible that someday in the future, you know, there might be a way to get through there. Oh, thanks, honey. Hang on. Oh, no, I can just sell those. Oh, but I'm going to give this to you. Hey, I can throw some jewels at you, too. And there you go. That's for cooking. Nice. Anyway, so where we are right now on the map is basically up here. And if we zoom out, we're actually like way up here. So if we zoom out, we're up here at the top of Ered Luin, like up there. Not the TARDIS behind me, but like on the map up there. There's a lot of Ered Luin to the north. And I feel like, why do I feel like I've seen something? That's it. Linden is listed there. I have to imagine it was listed on previous maps, LOTRO maps. But it does make me think, you know, maybe someday they'll open up Linden. Maybe we'll go up there someday. Who knows? And you can see they're starting to add words out here. We've got Haradwaith, we've got Umbar, and there's stuff happening there in Umbar. So, yeah, I don't know. It's so many areas to go questing potentially. So it's possible that might open someday. Maybe never. Who knows? But yeah, this is a cute area, isn't it? And then a little road over here to, I don't think this is any questing area. I don't think that is a thing. I think it just is a land piece. Yeah, I don't think we have anything that we go in there for. Well, now I'm curious, can you get up on top of it at all? I'm not as good at this as Affadil and some others are. I think it might be hard for me to do. But it certainly looks like the kind of thing where you could just like jump up here. All right, so there we go. Yeah, so I think maybe we'll do some roving threats over the next few weeks. That'd be kind of cool. Now that our character's 150, they can handle it. Yeah, yeah. So are you... Okay. It's like 5 or 10 minutes then? Okay. All right. So, yeah, so we've got like 5 or 10 minutes left for my stream. Cat just climbing over my foot. And then we'll switch over to B4's stream about plugins. So what else can we do? Oh, you know what we didn't do yet is we didn't do the festival instances, excuse me, which you can do from anywhere. Well, you can do from anywhere that you can do an instance. So I can just pull up the instance finder. She says as she transitions screens and it goes away. All right. So I don't have to be anywhere to do this. I just have to make sure I'm not in an instance, which includes housing, because housing is technically an instance. So what I do is I tend to collapse this to make it just easier. And then I go to seasonal, and then I'll go to Yule. And there's 2 listed here. So I'm going to do the battle at Frostbluff, but I'm going to bring it down to level 10. So we're just going to zip through here. So, when you come in, you're surrounded by these kids, and this guy has 2 quests for you. One is the Battle of Frostbluff, where he kind of tells you what we need to do, and the second one is just a daily that you can get from him. And when you do that, when you complete the daily, you get Yule Festival tokens. So you get festival tokens. When you finish this instance, you get you get festivity tokens. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? First of all, to go back on that bar. And I forgot to check if this was a group size of 2. I probably did. I probably did leave it at group size 2. I wonder how I can tell. Is there any way to tell? Oh, no, it's probably group size 1 because I am not in a fellowship anymore. Haha. Awesome. That'll make that easy to figure out what I'm doing. No problem. So basically, at the end of this instance, there's a chest, treasure chest, with your goodies in it. And that's where you get the festivity tokens, which are the special currency that you can use at the festival barterer at each of the different festivals that she's at. So it is not a currency that's tied to a specific festival. It is a currency that is tied to festivals in general, basically. But there's only one vendor for being a green hand. And she's the one that you want to talk to get stuff. There's also a cap on these tokens, which is 40. It's super low. But each year, there's usually something new that she has. At least one of the festivals, she has something new. Oh, it's coming from over there. So I find that if at the end of the festival, if I get myself up to the cap, like a 40, then that's okay, because then if there's something I really want from her, you know, I've already kind of stocked up, you know? And there's some things I've thought about getting, like there's a whole bunch of furniture stuff in the spring festival. She's around. There's like this Gammer's furniture, Gammer's best furniture that she has. And I've thought about getting some of that because we got a lot of it over on Evernight. And I kind of miss it because I don't have it over here. And I don't have it, I don't have it on Treebeard either for that matter. Okay, cool. So basically we are defeating all of the icy things, all the wintry things that are showing up in each of these snow forts that the children have put together. And so we did that one first, and then we came up here to where the chickens are, because we're in Frostbluff. We're in the area of Frostbluff. And now we're going to the last one, which is down there by where the mayor's lackey is. So just got to get down there. Some of these snowmen have been turned into grims, so we have to, you know, take them out on our way, or they'll just follow us forever, which is annoying. But the ones that don't notice you, you don't have to deal with. So that's kind of nice. You can just like skip past them. So even though I'm doing this at like a super low level compared to me, the only effect that has on what I earn from this is that there's a deed for defeating the instances that show up. They're encounters, not instances, encounters. There's encounters that show up. There's 2 throughout this instance. And if you defeat them, there's like 6 different ones. And if you manage to defeat each one of them once, that completes a deed. But you can only work on that deed, it only counts towards the deed, if you do it at within 7 of your level. So me coming in here and doing this at level 10 while I'm at level 150 basically means if I were to take out the encounters, they're not going to count towards that deed. For me, I'm okay with that because I've already done the deed. What we often do is when we're working on the deed, we'll do a group and help each other out, basically. Okay, cool. So that goes so much easier than doing it on level. So now I just got my Yule Festival tokens. That was that daily quest that I got from the guy at the beginning. But now, see this frosted chest? If I leave without opening this chest, I will miss out on my festivity tokens. They are not auto-bestowed. So you have to click on the frosted chest for this one. And there go my 5 festivity tokens. And the chicken comes by. So then we can say goodbye and we travel. Ta-da! Now, the reason why I went ahead and got myself over here to Bree is because I do want to position myself near Verbena and talk to her about these festivity tokens that I'm accumulating. So what I can do, okay, so that chest that I opened up, it has a lock on it now. So I can't just run the size 1 over and over and over again and get tokens each time. Like it's limiting that. So you can see it if you go to your social tab. If you go to your raid locks, you'll see it says frosted chest. And it's locked for the next 13 hours and 26 minutes. Now it doesn't tell me which version of the chest is locked. So you just have to kind of like remember what you just did. So let me see how many I got with her. I've got 30. Okay. So if I go back in to Instance Finder, and I'm at the Yule at Frostbluff, and I want to do it level 10, but I want to change it from size 1 to size 2, because I know that that's a different chest at the end. There's nothing on there that tells you this, though. It's kind of a trial and error. Now, thankfully, this information is now listed on the wiki, on the LOTRO wiki, because I got tired of trial and error, and so once I figured it out, I'm like, this is going on the wiki. So I tried to make it extremely clear on the wiki which chest goes with which. So in this particular instance, it's the size 2 and 3 that share the same chest. So if I come in and do this at a size 2, and then I come back and do it at a size 3, I'll be disappointed because the 2 is the same chest. I would not be able to open it and get festivity tokens again. So that's a bit sad. So the chests are 1, so solo, and then 2, 3. So whether you do it at a 2-person or a 3-person, it's the same. And then 6. Those are the 3 different chests that you can open on all in the same day. Now you can really go crazy because there's the other instance, the boss from the vaults, and I think Storvagun. I think there's festivity tokens in that also. I don't do that one as often because you can't drop the level. You can only drop the tier. You can do it on tier 1 or tier 2. And so I don't tend to run in there and do it by myself. Because it's a 6-person, right? It's a 6? Yeah, it's a 6. Like, just by default, it's a 6. You don't get to change it. Now, you can go in there with just one person if you want. Like, you can go nuts. Where is it? Where are you? Yeah, we'll take out this one instead. Did it get stuck on a wall? I think it did. It won't let the fort progress if there's something that's still attacking it nearby. We have to actually get rid of them. So that's the only thing about bringing it to, keeping it at a low level, but doing it at the higher groups is they add on additional bad guys for you at each additional level. So you might notice that I'm attacking more things here on this level, group size 2 than I was doing with group size of 1. Come on. I know you're there. Hiding in the trees. There it is. Cool. And there's no mounts allowed, so I have to run. Just sad. So sad. Okay, here we go. Are you over on Treebeard? Okay. Hi. What you doing? I have a cat. I have a cat passing through. Oh, Storvagon can be dropped to level 50? Oh, that's nice. Stormy Dirk says in chat that Storvagon can be dropped to level 50. Nice. Yeah, I tend to only end up doing it when I'm with a group because there's some really nice weaponry that, or jewelry type stuff that can drop. It's the, is it bracelet that Storvagon has? I forget. But there's a best in slot basically item that can come from Storvagon, and so it's the sort of thing that like you really want to do it on level if you can, so that way you can get the good stuff. Oh, is it the Jingle Bell? That's no, I think that's the guy that you have to drop down and fight him in the lava, Thrang. I think Thrang is the one that has the Jingle Bell, which is funny. Oh, Stormy Dirk says, I go in there solo on my level 63s once in a while. Nice. Yeah, for the festivity tokens, I could drop it down, but I would be sad because then I wouldn't get the really cool stuff. And I find that just doing this 3 times gets me to 15, which is quite a bit. And I'm not missing out, I don't think, too much. Also, because I've bought everything in the past from Verbena. She's got, in this festival, some great cosmetics that make me really happy. So every time I start, like, on a new server, the first time the Yule Festival comes around, I'm like, that's the first thing I do is get my festivity tokens and go get the outfits. I can show you here in a second. And then I think what we'll do is we'll finish this instance, and then we'll go look at Verbena's stuff real quick, and then we'll switch over. Okay. Who invited you? Well, I guess you were kind of part of the party anyway. All right, festival banner, click, click. And there's our frosted chest. And we open that up, get our festivity tokens, hooray! And we travel. Ta-da! The cat is not impressed. Okay, so Verbena here, she's the one you want to talk to. And so she has this year, which is new, the Wintry Outdoor Fire Pit and the Snow Strider's Woven Deer. So I've already got 2 of those deer, and they're very cute. I have them in my yard next to one of my trees. She's got also the Tome of the Yule Princess Bunny, which, is this my Yule Princess Bunny? Yes, it is. Hang on, I'll show you my little Yule Princess Bunny. See, there's my Yule Princess Bunny. So it's got like the little snowflakes falling around it, and it's got like little green wreath on its head. Kind of cute. Let's see. Blue winter celebration banner and purple winter celebration banner. So those are yard festival, or those are, I guess you might be able to put them in your house. Yeah, furniture, yard, mobile yard. So you could put those in your house if you wanted to. And then there's, are these cosmetics? Well, okay, technically it's a weapon, but it does like 2 damage. So what you would do is you would buy it, you'd put it into your wardrobe, and then you equip it cosmetically. So that's the smallest. This is the smaller, and this is the small. So it just gets longer and longer, basically. There's an alabaster donkey cosmetic pet. But my favorite thing from her is this outfit. So the knitted Frostbluff tunic of snowball resistance, the knitted cozy Frostbluff cap, and then the knitted Frostbluff mitts of comfort with the little snowflakes on them. They're so cute. So, and the outfit dyes up great. You can do it in all sorts of different colors. It looks really good. So that's always the first thing that I get when I am coming to a new server. And then you could get some other housing items, which are some snowmen, like the ones that you can build out with, was it Virgil out there? There's some Storvagun cosmetic outfit pieces. Yeah, let me put that on so you can see them. The shoulders, the helmet, the boots. What we got? Helmet, boots, gloves. Oh, it didn't show the gloves. Oh well. Let's see. We've got another snowman. And then we've got the carrot nose. Oh, the carrot nose is so cute. You can't quite see it through my ruffle thing. Hang on, let me see if I can. Oh, because I put the hat on. Hang on. So the carrot nose, it's because I got a scarf on. It has like a blue scarf that kind of goes around your neck, and then you've got the carrot nose and then the little earmuffs, which have a little snowflake on them. It's really cute. I think it's great. I wonder if that dyes up. I have never actually. Yeah, you can. Okay, there you go. You can kind of see it there. So you can do the earmuffs and the scarf part. Let's see. Oh, the Tome of the Snow Not So Grim. That's a really cute cosmetic pet. And then lastly, you have the Frostbluff, Battle at Frostbluff cloak with the snowman on the back. It's pretty cute. So those are the kinds of things you can get from Verbena right now at the Yule Festival. So, but she'll be back in like 3 months at the Spring Festival, I believe it is. And then you can get like, these things won't be available though. So if you want any of these things, you got to get them now. But if you want like the honey goat, that's from that festival. I think the honey cloak. Oh no, the honey cloak is from doing the task board. What else? Anyway, she's got some other different things that you can see in the Spring Festival. So it's kind of nice though, because now I can hold on to those 35 tokens if I want to and wait until the next festival to spend them. So, all right. Well, good luck to everybody who still has some festivaling yet to do. I hope you do manage to get in and do all the festival that you want to do before it ends. And remember, today is your last full day of the festival. It changes over at 3 o'clock in the morning server time, which is in, what, how long ago from now is that? It's now, I know, right?
13 and a quarter hours.
Okay, there we go. Thank you. So in 13 and a quarter hours, festival is done. So that's how much time you have left to come out here and get any more festivaling done if that's something that's still on your radar. So make sure you get out here and get that done as soon as you can. And then we're done with our snowy Frostbluff for another year. I really love it. I just think it's so beautiful out here. And I don't personally get cold. So, because that's on the computer, not hitting me. So that's lovely. But yeah, I think just the scenery and everything here, it's just really pretty. So, hey, and somebody's doing fireworks. Awesome. All right. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Next up is B4 doing his stream called Pluggin' Along, where he's going to be talking about the plugins that we use here in LOTRO, and he's going to be working on the Festival Buddy, the Festival Buddy plugin during his stream. So thank you everybody for coming along. Next week we'll do some other mischief. We'll find some fun to get into. And then of course when the next festival comes along, we will be doing that. So Sandy says, thanks for the stream. Fun time as always. Thanks, Sandy. I appreciate you guys coming along. I appreciate everybody who comes in. I mean, I could talk into the screen for 2 hours by myself, but that's not quite as interesting as having you all come along with me and do the journey with me. So thank you all for coming and enjoying and being a part of this time with me. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope 2024 is doing great things for you so far and turns out to be a great rest of your year. We've got so much of it now. So yay, new beginnings, right? All right. So I will see you all next week. And in the meantime, stay connected to that Hobbit side of your heart. All right. Bye, everybody.